Look, I'm so cute. I love you.
What's up, guys? I'm CJ.
I'm Mia.
We're coming to you guys with a fucking video today. So go get your popcorn, go sit down, go get a comfy blanket just like us, cause sit down and stay a while and enjoy. Alright, so today's video is gonna be about the time that, we met and like our whole relationship and all that status shit. So yeah. In 8th grade, that's when...
My 8th grade.
Well, yeah, she was in 8th grade when I met her, and I was in the 9th grade. That was around, what, February 13th of 2016?
2018.
2018. Damn, I feel like an old head. We started talking, flirting and shit around March 20th. And then, I kind of stopped that because, I was going through a lot of family shit during the time. So, I just didn't want to... like, how do I say this, like, just, like, stress her out with it or, like, be caught up with it and, again, just make everything really messy.
Yeah, especially since you didn't really know me. I don't think you trusted me that much.
And then we stopped talking, and after, we stopped talking and everything, she ended up getting, like, this new nigga, Boy, let me tell you, I was tight.
Yeah, we got in the biggest argument, like, the worst.
We got into, like, a really bad argument, and, like, we kind of stopped talking for a while, and, our friendship drifted, it kind of wasn't the same. And then after our friendship, kind of drifted and everything, she ended up finding a new...
No. I told you that I told him that I liked him. And he was like, okay, I kind of figured. And then we left it at that. And he never told me how he felt. He just, like, didn't ghost me, but didn't really text me that much. And then I gave it a month. And then I got a boyfriend.
And, like, I had, like, a good reasoning for this because, like...
You didn't tell me.
Alright, so, like, we're about to uncover some unopened scars. So, when, like, she told me that and, like, everything, I was just contemplating because I was going through a lot of stuff, with my family home, and, I had a lot of problems with, like, my relationships in the past with, like, girls just being thoughts, or, friends getting cheated on, or, I've gotten cheated on before, so, like, at the same time, I was kind of just, like, protecting myself because, she got, like, a man right after we kind of, like, stopped talking a little bit, so it was kind of, like, do I want to trust her, do I want to believe her, I don't know, at the same time, like, I didn't feel like taking the risk, so, like, that's kind of why I kept her at, like, a distance, but, like, was still there. So, yeah.
Yeah, because even after I got with the other kid, you were like, are you good? And I posted something on my story, and I was, like, really sad that he, like, ended things, and he slid up, and he was like, are you Gucci? And then we kind of, like, talked about what happened.
Yeah, and, like, me as a person, even though, like, I may cut you off as, like, a friend, even if I cut you off, like, as a friend or everything, I'm still gonna care for you, like, there's memories that we have that, I won't get with anybody else, or there's a lot of things, that we did together that I can't do with other people, or there's, like, something about you that I connect with. Like, if there's something I can connect with you with, where I feel you on some type of level, I'm going to be there. I'm going to care for you, whether we're best friends or, like, we're just people who, like, know each other. As long as I know you're a genuine person or I feel some type of vibe, I'm going to make sure you're straight.
Yeah, because he told me you would never get back with me, and you didn't want me in your life no more.
Finding, a new man's, and we got into another fight. And
it wasn't as bad. Like, he was just like, don't talk to him ever again. I can't believe you do this. And I was actually with him when he texted me that, because I posted that we were at Dorney, and he, like, slid up or whatever, or, like, just texted me, and then we stopped talking. And I almost cried when I was there, but I wasn't going to cry in front of him because it was like, what's wrong? But I was going to cry because obviously I didn't want to lose him, like, even as my friend. And actually, it's not really bad, but I always flirt with you. But, so we stopped talking because of that.
And, like, even though like she wasn't mine, I always felt like she was mine in a sense. You know, even though like I didn't know I loved her then, there was just like I knew there was like some type of feeling that was like keeping her there, because realize this, guys, I live an hour and a half away from her, and we met. Well, essentially, I found her Instagram account, and then she followed my Snapchat. So
Yeah.
think of this.
And he wants to say new phone with this bet emoji. Didn't even freaking text me, right? I was gonna text him and be like, hey, all nice, and he just sends me a bit emoji. I was like, bruh, really?
But like I was saying, she lives like a whole hour and a half away, so like I never really thought that we'd have like a chance of even meeting, or like, you know, I didn't really take our relationship as friends, or like us dating.
We didn't say that we fake dated at first.
Oh yeah.
Like in 8th grade, this is like a thing. Sorry, I like cut you off. In like 8th grade, it was like a thing. Like someone like sent me like this thing. Like guys like streaks like, who wants to be like my fake boyfriend, fake girlfriend, whoever loses, like has to like do something. But like we didn't like have that challenge. We just wanted to like fake date because I liked him, and I sent that streak, so only to him. And he was like, I want to be your fake boyfriend. It was right after we got on FaceTime, the first FaceTime ever. I sent it to him that night, and he was like, me, because I like, after we FaceTimed, I knew that I like definitely liked him. I was like, I'm gonna make him my boyfriend. So that's how we actually started talking.
Well, like I was saying, I didn't really take our relationship as serious as I do now, or did in the past, but like because like she lived like a whole hour and a half away, so like I didn't really think I would even be able to meet her and all that bullshit, you feel me? So me went to Oregon, and you know, we ended up texting, and like we made up, and I can, you know, this is like when I told her that like I really loved her, and like my feelings that I confessed, you know, on some romantic shit, you know. You
Every time he texts me, like just randomly texting me because we were like kind of fighting, he texted me saying like that he was sorry that he like stopped talking to me and he felt bad. And the night before, I was fighting with the boyfriend I was with at the time, and like he would always text me when we were fighting, and it's not like he knew because he wasn't like in my private story or anything, and I blocked him from like my regular story because I didn't want to make you mad, whatever. But that's how I knew that you were like the one, because you always text me.
God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I
guys.
feel like something, like you knew
Listen
something.
to the signs.
I feel like you low-key knew something was wrong. Like, that's why you text me. Because you would just text me randomly. Like, are you good? Like, how are you? Just randomly text me.
I always, like, randomly text. Like, if you know me as a person, I always just randomly check up on people. That's just kind of, like, how the person I've been and, like, I was raised. You know, my dad always told me, like, you know, I was, you know, as me, like, my sign's just like a Leo, so you feel me, like I'm a protector, so like all I do is like I always care about people, whether, like I said, whether, you know, we're close or not. Like I'm always gonna make sure you're good, and like I'm gonna make sure like anything you need from me, I'm gonna make sure I can do it to the full extent. You know, I'm not the type of person to let you go out in the rain. I'm the type of person to give you a fucking umbrella while you walking. You feel me? But you know, I confessed all my feelings and shit, and then we ended up dating, and we were fine all 9th grade, and then...
Yeah, but he was in my town.
Oh, yeah. I'll let you tell it, because I don't feel like it.
Again, me and the kid I was fighting, and I went live or whatever, and he commented on my live, and he was like, babe, and I was like, I was with my friend, and then I was like, what the heck? I think that's Chris. I was like, why is he like commenting on my Instagram, babe? And then he was like, alright, I'm gonna get off now. And then texted me on Snapchat, and he was like, I'm in, and then like the town I lived in at the time. And I was like, oh my god, right? And then he told me that day that he loved me. Like, we like would like call, like we were on like the call on Snapchat, and he's like, I'm not giving you my number, I have a new number. But he didn't, and I could have just called him, and he's like, I have to get a new phone, like I'm going to Burger King. And it was like 2:00 a.m. and I was gonna meet him at, like I was gonna go by myself in the freaking dark, and meet this boy, right? But then I was like no, like I don't want something to happen to me while I'm walking, because I was like, my friend needs to stay here in case my mom wakes up. So I was gonna meet him, but I was like, I know I'm gonna cheat. So he was like, well, in the morning, if I get everything done, I'll see you. And I was like, okay, then call me. And he doesn't call me, and it was like on Snapchat. So he didn't meet me, but he was gonna. But he was there for mad days.
And then last summer, alright, so we about to fast forward, and you know, we ended up dating. We were fine on 9th grade, and then last summer.
No, he stood me up 9th grade though, a lot.
Yeah, but last summer, you know, I ended up having to block her because I was dealing with, you know, a lot of issues myself that I'm not gonna get into, but. Well, I'm not. You're probably not gonna. If you follow my channel, you're probably gonna see this part. But if you follow hers, you're probably not. This is some serious shit. So, last summer I was dealing with a lot of stuff. You know, for those of you who don't know, I ended up getting kicked out of my house and having to live at a hotel for around 2 or 3 months. And during this time, I kind of felt super alone, you know. I just felt like my parents weren't there, you know. I lost touch, you know. I got a new phone number, haven't even talked to them for like 2-3 months straight. And then
yeah, you did get a new number, actually.
Yeah, and then after that, you know, I just felt like nobody was there, and like I was so used to being so high. And then, you know, a couple of months passed.
Wait. Actually, when he blocked me, I was taking a state test. It was right after, like, I took it. I was, like, eating lunch, and he's like, I had to block you. And I was like, why? And then he blocked me before I can even respond. And the day before, I wrote him, like, a whole paragraph about how I felt. And I was like, I thought we were good. And I thought he was, like, breaking up with me. So I thought he blocked my number too. So I, like, DM'd his Instagram, like, every day for, like, a month or two. Like, every day I would blow up his phone. Like, some days I wouldn't text him because I didn't want to, like, you know, go crazy. But I was like, what's wrong? Like, are you breaking up with me? Like, what are you doing? Like, I thought we were good. Like, blowing up his phone. He would not answer, and he would keep reading it or, like, watching, like, my Instagram story. And then I was like, what the heck? So I was like crying, and I was like, is he breaking up with me? But everyone was like, you're single. I was like, I'm not single. Like, he said he's gonna add me back. So I knew he was gonna add me back. So I kept trying to text him, and he wasn't texting me. And I have his friend on Snapchat, and I saw something, and like I knew there was something wrong with him. So I'm close to you, so I knew something was wrong with you.
Yeah, like
that's why I kept texting him, because I knew something was wrong. Like, I knew it wasn't like me that I did something. Like, he didn't want to be with me. I knew he was like actually going through something.
And like if you, the only way you would like really know I was going through something is like what she said, if you were close to me.
Like, I could tell in your eyes, like, in the video.
Yeah, like you can tell. If you know me, you can just tell by like my eyes or like the way I move. Like, I move completely different when like I'm dealing with a lot of shit, or I'm, you know, like I'm high or something. Like, you can just tell by my vibes when something's off with me, if you know me as a close friend. If you don't, then it's like, yeah, it's gonna be hard for you to tell, because, you know, I can act completely different and show you a fucking smile. But I ended up getting into a car accident with my best friend, and when I got into this car accident, this is where, you know, I started like getting back into reality that, you know, my life can be taken so quick, and, you know, you really got to be there for the ones you love, and you really got to talk to them and communicate with them, you know, show them, you know, how you feel and all that. So, you know, I called my dad because they're telling, you know, at this time I wasn't 18. Again, I was 16 years old going through all of this bullshit, you know. I was literally in 10th grade, you know, like, no 10th grade person, no 10th grade kid should be going through this, you feel me? So I called my dad, and, you know, I don't even know how I got their numbers. I think I was so high this day too. I think one of the cops ended up calling my dad, you know, and somehow my dad got there, and he, you know, I got checked out by the ambulance. Somehow I was okay. Mind you, the car that hit us was going around 60 miles around the bend, and, you know, we're in this little 4-door Honda.
Was this the day, like the day before you met me?
Yeah. This was actually the day before I met her.
In person.
In person, you know, for the first time. And, you know, I get into this ridiculous car accident. For some reason, you know, I survived this, and me and my friend were okay. I got away scot-free. Nothing happened.
Yeah, it was really bad because he posted on his story, and I was in the Chick-fil-A line because I was hungry, and I like showed my mom. I was like, "Look, like Chris just got in a car accident. Like I'm supposed to see him tomorrow," and I was like I'm gonna be sad if I can't see him, but obviously if he's hurt, like I'm not gonna be like mad or anything. But I was like, I don't really want him to see me if he's like hurt and stuff. Like that's messed up. Like I'm gonna make him like meet me.
But yeah, like the whole front of this car, like the whole front, the hood was completely pushed into the into the windshield. The windshield was completely shattered, and the back windshield was shattered, and all the windows were shattered, and the airbags went off. So like literally, the car was completely totaled, and it looked like it just got ran over by a monster truck. And and the next day I meet her for the first time, and the rest is history. And look, we're still together in this bed.
And I met him at his family reunion for the first time ever.
And the crazy thing is, she wasn't even supposed to meet me at a family reunion. She was supposed to just like pick me up and go back to her house. But you know, for some reason, like my dad woke me up and was like, "Yo, we gotta go to this family reunion." So you know, I just had her meet me at the family reunion. It was closer anyways, and
I was so nervous.
Yeah, but she met my whole family. My family loved her, and I love her too. So.
Me too.